Good evening, everyone. I am Wang Shu Wu. This is my name. Wang means burning fire, things going up and vigorous. Shu says books, writings, or any other such creations. Today, I will be talking about how these artworks together shape who I am today. About my style, The Dream of Red Chambers by Cao Shui-chen is a Chinese literature in the 18th century. It is semi-autobiographical, mirroring the rise and decline of author's own family and, by extension, of the Qing dynasty. Author uses his artist's extreme sensitivity to embody illusion and reality, false and true, nothing and being are intertwined. After reading The Dream of Red Chambers many times, Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism have enabled me to gain more understanding of the world. Nothingness. Taoism posits that the maximum awake moment of man comes when the mind is empty, which puts man in a state of purity, cleanliness, innocence, and beauty. Mirror image is the author's main method of describing characters. For instance, the protagonist. There will be another similar characters in the book presenting the reflection of its mirror image. In the mirror image, I have different interpretations and understandings with the protagonist. I try to use this concept, mirror image, in my studio works. My paintings are about how time becomes space from my point of view. I'm translating time to space. I use the juxtaposition of dots, lines, shapes, colors, periodic combinations, or special arrangements to arouse the visual illusion of viewers. I'm drawing an immediacy of feeling, an immediate understanding of the universe. The dots and colors on these paintings will increase with each passing day. For instance, I usually decide the canvas size based on the current point in time, the dots size on the canvas. So let's say now 1815, and then the size of my canvas will be 18 by 15 inches. The colors and layouts are based on the colors and temperatures of the surroundings at the time. Given the time I have, I will discuss a couple of them in detail and briefly talk the others. The Islands by Agnes Martin gives me the initial idea of space and time. The work itself plays on the regularity of its square shape, suggests her interest in Eastern philosophies such as Taoism. Taoism posits that our greatest moments of clarity come when the mind is empty, leaving one in a state of nothingness that is pure, innocent, and beautiful. The Islands perhaps generates that sense of nothingness. The canvases appear almost blank, but with sustained looking, one begins to see the differences among them and to perceive the light that seems to emanate from the work in the Today series. Ankawara directly links time and events and also space if considering how the artwork is displayed. His work gives me the idea that artwork can have the time factor and can actually bring our viewers back to a specific moment in history. About Piet Mondrian, I really like the way he abstracts things to simple geometric elements. To me, such abstraction can reach literally everyone on Earth. If there are specifics, one person may not understand what it is. Say the face of a historical figure in Europe cannot be easily recognized by an uneducated Asian. But everyone can read simple geometric elements. Piet Mondrian made me to focus on time and space, which are two things that everyone can relate to. Eliasson's Beauty in 1993 is more of a three-dimension artwork. I really like its interactivity with viewers. To me, this series breaks the time and space barriers between art creators and art viewers. Also, about the time factor, the more time you spend with these pieces, the stronger the sensual effects as the air becomes moister. The Floating Pier is a very site-specific work. It is basically the installation of high-density cubes in Lake Iseo in Italy. The cubes become road. Again, there's a lot of inactivity in this artwork, which I also try to include in my paintings. The Sky Ladder by Kai Guo Zhang is fireworks artwork. It is a 1,650-foot ladder of fire climbing into the skies. It is painting with fireworks. It tells me that artwork can be so short in time, yet the space and impression in people's mind can be long-lasting. As I talked about Dream of Red Chambers in the beginning, he was the pioneer of using mirror image. Hayao Miyazaki, Japanese animator and film producer. His works show me that I must maintain my curiosity and imagination even when I grow up and enter the art world, and also show me how to use colors symbolically. I feel that the virtual is the mirror of reality, reflecting life. Wong Kar-wai is also a Hong Kong film producer, born in Shanghai. His films express nothingness and trance through the use of color, photography skills, storylines, and cold romance. His work's concept of emphasizing the overall context of the film runs through with the emotional venting, obscure treatment, and removed storytelling. From his movies, you can always see that a character has many different aspects. When I paint in this way, even if I transform time into spatial sound without temperature, I still feel that my work is more vivid. Mirror image can also be perceived in both Hayao Miyazaki and Wong Kar-wai's movies. My large concepts or movements is optical art and color field. The artist uses the juxtaposition of lines, shapes, colors, periodic combinations, or special arrangements, etc. to cause viewers to have visual illusions. These illusions are, for example, the three-dimensional or unusual visual effects of flat patterns. The ripples or geometrical pictures arranged according to a certain rule create a sense of movement and flickering of visual perception, and make the optic nerve produce dizzy light effects and visual hallucinations in the contact with the pictures. They do not aim at depicting concrete images, but use points, lines, surfaces, colors, shapes, and compositions to convey various emotions, stimulate imagination, and inspire people's thinking. Beyond nothingness. With rigorous scientific design, the visual nerve can also be activated. Precise geometric figures, the works of optical art and color field are actually static, but they can cause the illusion of movement on the retina. Sometimes even dazzling. My wildcard is a big dumb object, which is usually a very mysterious object with unknown origin, but powerful. I like their mystery. The unknown element is power. This concept refers to a class of objects that usually appear in science fiction, huge, mysterious, and incredible objects. These objects are usually not made by humans, but by aliens, or beings from unknown sources. Infatuation refers to the awe, curiosity, and desire for exploration of nature and the unknown, a pursuit of macro-narrative and sublime aesthetics, and even rise to absolute truth and supreme spirit. The everything looks small in the distance items of BDO are the opposite of daily life. The scenery changes with ideology, and everything is always in float without any ugliness or uncleanness. BDO may be abstract or concrete, be hardcore or romantic, be avant-garde or classical. It is the instinct that people are born with. Just like the two sides of human nature, it is also justice and evil, and the ultimate BDO is the power of divinity or demon. Therefore, when I paint, I try to leave some unknowns to the audience. In other words, let them fill in the blanks, whether it is space or time. That is all. Thank you for knowing how I become who I am today.